And welcome to part 2 of the what, how and why of the coronavirus. My name is Dr. Patel and I'm aiming with this series of videos just to break down some of the key information that's been out there surrounding the virus and the pandemic. Much of what I tell you is based on the information from leading experts around the world on infectious disease, including information from the doctor who is leading the charge against this virus in South Korea. One of the nations that has really performed very well in trying to minimize the rate of spread of this virus. The first thing I want to cover is modes of transmission. There are 3 key modes of transmission. The first one pretty much everyone has heard about now, which is droplet spread through direct contact. So what are droplets? Well, these are droplets of saliva. They're defined as greater than 5 microns in diameter, and when you're sneezing, you're coughing, you're going to spread these droplets. Most of us know that, but many people underestimate what you can do when you simply talk. Now, me talking now, I'm actually emitting droplets of saliva, as horrible as it sounds, and these will move in an arc-like pattern and typically fall 1 to 2 meters or 3 to 7 feet away from me. So if someone is in that vicinity, they are going to pick up some of those droplets. How is the virus actually entering our body? Well, it binds to a receptor called the ACE2 receptor, which is found in mucous membranes, which are membranes found in the nose and the mouth. It's going to get through the eye. You don't find these receptors in the ears. You don't find them in the skin. So it can't get through these portals. So knowing that it can go through the eyes, nose and mouth, this is clearly the area we will most want to protect. But you can't help be in people's vicinity when they're talking to you. And this is why the social distancing rule came about. So that's direct contact by droplet spread. The next one is indirect contact. So if I emit these droplets, bear in mind each droplet can carry many viruses. These droplets settle on surfaces. Many will know that the virus can actually survive on these surfaces for 3 or 4 days, but often even longer. And it's been shown to survive even 9 or 10 days on certain surfaces. So let's draw this into reality. Imagine you're in the supermarket and you go to speak to one of the members of staff. If that member of staff is just, say, a meter and a half away from you, there is a good chance that you could infect them or they could infect you if either of you is carrying the virus. Imagine you pick up a can of baked beans and someone just an hour, a day, or even 2 days earlier picked up that same can, decided not to buy it, but in that process passed the virus either through droplet spread or indirectly from their hands to the can, and it's just sitting there waiting for you to pick that up. Or you buy this can of baked beans and pass it to the cashier. The cashier goes home and infects other people at home. You go home and other people help you with the shopping and again pick up that virus. So you can see how one infected person can very quickly infect 2 or 3 people. And it's been estimated that one infected person does infect up to 3 people a day, even trying to follow key measures that have been advised by various governments. So we've talked about direct droplet spread, indirect spread from droplets settling on surfaces, and the third mode of transition is aerosol. So when droplets are emitted from the mouth or the nose, these, as I said, can typically travel 1 to 2 meters. But if, for example, I'm shouting or screaming or I have a violent cough or sneeze, these droplets can be carried further. During this journey, the droplets can dry out and therefore shrink and become more like an aerosol. Now, in the aerosol form, it is likely to be influenced by various air movements, so it could go in all sorts of directions and hang around in the air for much longer. And thus you can begin to see that even the 2-meter social distancing rule suddenly doesn't make you invincible to getting the virus. And that is why the ultimate strategy for prevention is really staying at home, and why this has been a big message everywhere: stay at home, stay at home. You really need to minimize the number of journeys you make out of the house.